Let me guess, you're probably in this position right now with your creator, and I'm just gonna assume taking forever to reply to your needs and to your instructions, the content not being done on time, if done at all, her work lacking effort and any quality, so you have to redo it a bunch of times and it's still not good. The model even arguing about what should be done and how it should be done, her having all these opinions about how you do shit, her complaining about the revenue and being unsatisfied with you like tripling her revenue in a month, and her constantly demanding more money, more time, and just this whole sad relationship with her saying, well, I won't do the content today, and you're gonna be like, yes honey, all right, yes, we'll, okay, it's fine. Now obviously you want to go away from that and be the Chad who doesn't have to deal with creator drama ever again. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to prevent it to a certain degree, but how to fix each and every one of those specific problems step by step. Because you might think, oh, well, yeah, my model's lazy, my model's this, my model's that. And I will tell you right here, lazy models do not exist. There are no bad creators, except some exceptions to the rule. Yeah, okay, if she's a drug addict, we're at a point where you probably shouldn't onboard her. But there's no such thing as lazy models. There are good fits for your agency and bad fits. And if you hire a bad fit into your agency, that's your fault, not the model's fault. And if you hire a good fit and she turns out to just start with one of these traits here, that's still not her fault. You just created an environment where a creator felt comfortable, not putting in effort, arguing with you, and not keeping her promises. That is maybe not your fault, but at least your responsibility to not make that happen. Same with employees. Same with if you have a kid and the kid talks back to dad and dad does nothing, the kid is gonna grow up and be an idiot and probably do like OFM videos on YouTube, right? Which I wouldn't wish on no man. So I'm gonna tell you exactly how that goes. Now, I want you to look at every single one of those points. And the fact that you're still watching means you at least identify yourself in one, probably more of them. So imagine most of your models have these type of problems. And I want you to estimate how much money would you make if all of these problems were fixed. And really calculate the number. If you ask for content to be done on Friday, it's done on Friday, she immediately replies. The content is qualitative, she followed the instructions and she put effort in. She doesn't argue, she just follows instructions because you're partners and she knows you're the expert. She doesn't complain to you half the time, so you have approximately 6 hours per day more that you don't have to bullshit on WhatsApp. And also, she's happy with the percentage she's got and you don't have these kind of problems. Now, again, how much money could you possibly make if all of that was the case? I want you to have that number in your head because now you have enough motivation to watch through the uncomfortable truths that I'm going to tell you. Because here is how you fix each issue of those. Let's start with that your model takes forever to reply. So you tell her, hey, what's up with the content? Like, how are we going? Is it going to be done on Friday or what? And she doesn't text you for like a day or two or like for multiple hours, even though you specifically said you need a fast reply, which is a very shit issue to have. And while emotional intelligence and all the individual steps for each model is different, here's the universal truth. Instill clear boundaries in your onboarding call is the first thing, right? The second you onboard a creator, you have to tell them what their clear rules of the agency are. Because most of the creators don't know. Most of the creators never got told specifically why they need to answer fast. They don't know, right? You kind of expect it of them, etc. But tell them in the onboarding, listen, you can pretty much do a lot of stuff, right? But if we have to wait a day for the reply, that's going to be shit and that can't happen. So it doesn't matter what it is. If you can't work because of a migraine or a headache, whatever it is, let us know. Communication. All right, females love to talk about communication. You ever sat down with a chick and she did something wrong and she's like, well, yeah, I don't like your communication. We have to work on our communication. No, it's just a female thing. So you just flip the switch and you throw it back at her. Communication, right? Second of all, call out bullshit with a Trojan horse. Meaning, you don't want to go up to a creator and be an asshole, right? You shouldn't do that. You should be nice. And your goal is to be nice and respectful and just super calm, but still call out bullshit in a respectful way. Meaning, you just don't go up to her and be like, hey, bitch, why you need 2 hours to reply? Fuck you. That's not going to work. She's just going to feel attacked. And as women, when they feel attacked, she's going to turtle up and essentially just attack you back. Worst case, probably the relationship ends right there. What you want to do is say, listen, can I give you some constructive feedback/criticism that I believe will make our work better? Yes. Okay. If she says no, okay, then forget it, bro. She's not gonna do the work. But okay, she obviously will say yes, and you're like, okay, listen, You take a lot to reply, which I get. I'd like to understand why. Because imagine you have a life-threatening thing and you need us to fix it, and we wouldn't reply to you in like 2 days. How would you feel? Yeah, disrespected, yada yada. All right. Now, if you don't reply to us, we have employees on payroll, we lose money, okay? We have things that we need to get done, but we can't. So we lose money and time. And if there's a reason for it, we understand that. If you don't feel good, if you have a family emergency, we're just gonna be, okay, clock out for the day, fine, we do it tomorrow. But if we don't know, then it's very disrespectful towards us, which I'm sure you don't mean. But I'd like to know where this comes from. Like, do you have bad Wi-Fi or whatever? She's going to throw a bunch of excuses, cool. But essentially, you give her feedback and you directly call her out for her bullshit. She can't get used to just not replying and nothing happens. But you call her out for a bullshit and you do it under the surface of being nice and just giving constructive feedback, which overall works great with people and employees overall, right? This is how you fix that. Next of all, content not being done on time, which I think everyone struggles with, especially with salary creators to a certain degree when you're running your agency, when you're starting out in the OFM business. Now, next up, how to fix this is when call outs don't work. Let's say you already called her out on it. Like, hey, by the way, we agreed on Friday, please get content done to the deadline. That's basic respect, that's basic deadlines in business. Let's assume that doesn't work, because half the time that fixes it. If you just openly call out problems. Most of you don't do that. You just tell the creator, why isn't it done on time? Oh yeah, well, I went to Starbucks, okay? And I had to make horrible life choices. Okay, yeah, please get it done next time. You don't call her out on it. You don't give direct feedback. But if that doesn't work, double down and open 2 doors. I have another video on this channel about that, funnily enough, where I was talking about it and saying, if your creator can't get content done on time repeatedly, you're looking at a business killing problem. If you are in a shortage of content, and I want to remind you guys, OFM is a content-based business. Everything you do, every money you make, every subscriber you get, every interaction you do is based around content. All evolves around the mass of content. So if you can't produce enough content and not the content that you like, how are you able to compete, right? So if this doesn't get fixed, you need to sit down with your creator and tell her, listen, we are an agency and you have all the freedom in the world. The only thing we need is open communication and content being done on time. If find out what the real problem is, right? Ask, okay, where does it come from? Maybe she's just retarded and she takes too long to record content. You can help her with that. Fix the underlying issue. That's the first thing. Understand what's the real issue behind it. Because women won't tell you. You guys know this. Everyone knows this. If a woman has a fucking problem, she's never going to tell you in the first 3 days, right? It's always, it's fine. Or like, I didn't feel so good. Because she feels embarrassed or she feels like you should find it out. It's a classic woman average moment. So if you have to find out the core issue, maybe your grandma died. Like, you can't yell at her then. You know what I mean? Fix the underlying issue. But if it still doesn't get better, tell her, hey, listen, we need this or that. And we have 2 choices right now. Either we can sit down together and find out how we can optimize the system on both sides and see how we can make your work life easier so you can get your content done on time. And maybe we change the content plan a bit for your liking, right? But either we fix the problem together and from now on content is being done on time, or we have to let you go because we can't work with the creator that's not getting shit done on time. So then we'd prefer to end the agreement now and save ourselves a lot of headache. Maybe it will be easier for you. We would still like to work with you, but if it's not an impossibility to get content done on time, there's the door. And if she decides to leave, she would have left anyway. Okay, but if she says, okay, yeah, we can fix it, it's just this and that and that and that, okay, then you can sit down and create an action plan, right? This is how you fix that. Which again, as simple as it sounds, I want you guys to understand, we're like 9 minutes in, but as simple as all of that sounds, every agency I talk to, in my consulting, in Club 17, my free group, whatever it is, every agency I talk to, they don't do that. They attack the model, right? They argue with her. They're trying to convince her of your point. Have you ever tried to convince a woman of literally anything? Has it worked? Mostly not, because you can't convince women. They either accept it or they don't, right? You can't argue with a female. It's impossible. Save your time. So while it sounds simple, most people are not able to do it. Most people don't do it. And this is why it's so important. Next up, her work lacks effort and quality, meaning shit doesn't get done the right way. She doesn't really listen to instructions, and it's just not on a level where you can use it, which is a very complicated problem to fix for most people. Here's how we fix it. Give real feedback and set standards. Okay, what do I mean by that? Before you think, I knew that. No, you didn't. Because real feedback is not only in the beginning saying, oh yeah, everything's fine, perfect. Oh yeah, can you do the lighting like that? That doesn't work. You have to give her specific SOPs, specific instructions on how to get shit done, right? If you want your creator to record a video in her camera app and then upload it to Google Drive, following your instructions, you need to explain to her every single step along the way. Okay, and this is no shit. We have templates like this in our agency to this day. You will unlock your iPhone, you will click on the camera app, you will set the FPS to this and click the video quality to 4K on this button with the screen recording, right? We show the exact screen recording. Then you're going to put it sideways. You're going to click on the normal camera, not the inside selfie camera. Happened a bunch of times. Some of you guys know. Classic model moment. You're going to put it in a phone stand. You're going to click record. You're going to stand in front of the camera, wait for the lens to refocus, and then follow the instructions. When it's finished, you're going to stop recording, click on this specific Google Drive. Yada, yada. You get what I mean. This is how you create these SOPs. Otherwise, you're just going to have a bunch of failing points. And sit down and give her actual feedback. Don't just say, oh yeah, can you look more seducing, right? No model knows what that means. You have to tell her, hey, here's 3 examples on how it should look. Can you, like, imagine when you, I don't know, when you try to send a video to your boyfriend, do the same face, work with examples, work with other situations that you can refer to, explain it like you would explain it to a 5-year-old. This is how you explain shit and give feedback to creators, because the number one bottleneck that affects effort and quality are 2 things. A, the creator not exactly knowing what to do, being stressed and being ineffective while doing it, right? If I just tell you, hey, can you record a YouTube video for me? It's gonna take you 6 hours to even research, okay, where can I get a cam? How do I set it up? Where do I upload it? You know, so it's gonna take you like 10 times the time because I didn't give you enough instructions and you don't know how to do it. With women, you know how it is. And next up is essentially the creator not having a set amount of standards, right? So the creator being inefficient is one of them. But on the other hand, it's the creator just not understanding what you expect of them. So your instructions being too vague. They know how to do the technical thing, but they just understand it in the wrong way. So like I said, if you tell her, look like you're seducing, right? She's gonna look like she's about to fart, you know? But you didn't give her exact examples. So them either not understanding it at all or misunderstanding it. Main things, right? Or third thing, honorable mention, them overcomplicating the entire thing because they are not confident enough to do it the right way and they're scared. So you also have to create a comfortable environment. Makes sense. Next up is the model argues too often. Again, hey, I think we should do it this way. Or actually, I don't like that. I think this is not going to work. We should do it like this. I hope I triggered a lot of model PTSD for you guys, because what you need to do here is clarify the expert position and back it up with real case studies. Meaning, A, explain to her in a very calm tone. Be nice about it. Don't be an asshole like me. But explain to her, why are you working with me? Because we are the experts. You work with us so we can fix your Instagram. If I go to my boxing coach and he teaches me boxing, he's in the expert position. I go to him to teach me boxing, right? So I like that you bring ideas, all right? Bring them, but please don't argue with us because it takes my team valuable time out of the day and we know what we're doing. And here's the last 3 videos you recommended, all performed like shit. The last 3 videos we did that you didn't like were viral, right? So you can just nicely talk to her and show her, listen, here's 5 videos that we did that work well. We implemented some of your ideas, they don't work. I don't mean to attack you. And again, I use this phrase all the time. It's not about attacking. It's about creating an environment where both parties make the most money and have the most time available. So you can emphasize this in the beginning. Listen, I'm not trying to attack you. This is just about us creating a work environment, all right? And our goal is to make money. This is why you work with us and this is why we work with you. So with the goal of that in mind, please let us do our fucking job, right? And back it up, because women like to, especially in OnlyFans, they like to just have the numbers, right? They can see, all right, yeah, my ideas are shit. Okay, cool. Next up is too much complaints. Not much to say about that. Essentially, set realistic expectations at the start. I'd say half of the viewers right now got caught because most of you tell the creator, yeah, we make 50K with this model, 100K with this one. We're going to make so much fucking money. And then in the first 3 months, you make like $500. You know, especially in the beginning. Of course, she's going to like fucking complain about it. Even if you tell her, if you tell her, yeah, every model of us makes 100K and you take her from 5K to 30K in a month. That's good numbers, but she expected 100. So she thinks she's underperforming and she starts complaining. So first of all, set realistic expectations and tell her, hey, first couple of months, yeah, they're going to be a bit low. They're going to be a bit dry. We're just building the strategy. It's completely normal, right? Set expectations that you can actually live with. If you can scale a creator to 50K in the first month, okay, tell her that, fine. But if you're not able to do that, don't lie. Don't be a little liar. It's going to bite you in the fucking ass every time. And next up, just put a sell on things. This is just basic sales. But whatever it is, you just want your creator to think that you're the hardest working, most smartest person in the world, which you probably are. You just have to communicate it. So let's say, like I said, right, with the first months being dry, just say, oh yeah, it's completely normal. We're building a huge strategy and the accounts just start to warm up with this huge thing. It's completely normal. Don't worry about it, right? Same thing is, oh yeah, let's say you made like a bit more profit that day, and you don't even know why. Just tell the creator, yeah, we implement some crazy selling system that we got off of Sophie Rain's agency. It's so crazy. Here, it immediately started to work. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, easy. Work with us for 2 days. We already make more money. Or of course, put a sell on things and always own everything. And if something goes wrong, it's never your fault. It's never your fault. Oh yeah, you just say like, yeah, it's unfortunate, etc. Someone tried to ban our Instagram accounts. We just got them back, but we're already in the process of working them again. So don't worry about it, right? Just put a sell on things and let her actually see the progress. Because I wish we wouldn't have to do this, but creators just don't know the amount of work and investments that go into an agency, right? Ask the average creator, like, what needs to be done from the agency? Oh yeah, they do the chatting. No, we work 18 hours a day with like 50 people. What do you mean? So you sadly have to create this understanding, even by being a little naughty, putting a little sell here and there, kind of like twisting the truth a little bit, because that's how it works, right? Make money or don't make money. And last but not least, she constantly demands more, meaning you have to give her a reality check or at least get something in return. Meaning your model comes to you, says she wants a bigger cut. She wants more percentage. It happens quite a lot because a lot of agencies, especially in the US, lowball the fuck out of the industry. They just lowball every creator. So what you want to do is either tell her, hey, I just want you to understand, if an agency gets 60% of the revenue, you're their main priority. You're our main priority. If an agency only gets 20%, how much effort and resources do you think they're going to put into you, right? I just want you to understand, we basically 4x your earnings. You make 4 times the money now, and we cover all expenses. You only get profit. Now, this is like, you can give her a reality check like that and be like, listen, for all I care, go to them. I'm just going to warn you, if they lowball you, they're working with hundreds of creators. You're just going to get fucking blueprinted out of the way and never get any feedback. And last but not least, if she says, okay, I still want more money, get something in return. Because in this, nowadays in the market, you can't compete against lower margins. There's agencies who take 20%, right? And that have a big name or a big creator. So your creator is going to get better offers at a certain point. Get something in return. Because the only thing you want to not do, if you want to not lose the creator, if you don't really give a fuck, okay, let her go. Like, don't be hustled. Just say, okay, then leave. But if it's your only creator, maybe, right, you're a starting agency, I understand the nuances of it. So if you really can't afford the creator to go, you can say, okay, we're going to give it 10%, but then we're going to get more content. We're going to start Instagram Reels or this and that. Or you can also say, okay, we're going to split the expenses now. If you want to do that, you get 20 more percent, but we split the expenses. You have less money then, if you're cool with that, which a lot of creators still say yes to, which I find is quite funny. But just don't make her build a picture in her head where she's like, well, I could just talk to them and get more money. I'm just going to try again next month and next month and next month. Don't be hustled. If you give her more percentages, which you sometimes have to, then at least make it appear in her head that, okay, fuck. Like, I get more money, but I have to work more. Okay, fair exchange. Don't be hustled, because that's going to destroy your capability. So in order for that, most of these issues rely on you being able to walk away, if you notice that, right? If you're able to walk away, you don't have these issues. If your content is shit, okay, sign another creator. Problem is, most agencies aren't in a position where they can sign just another creator like that. So if you want to learn about that, I have a completely free Telegram group of 13,000 people that you can find in the bio over the Telegram channel. Just click and you can join the fucking group. And in there, you're going to find all the different stories, all the different ways of recruiting, same as my free ebooks that I have on recruiting specifically. So check that out. With that being said, hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.